Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Jen Plans. If you are new, welcome. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. So my last video, we went through our 2022 planner. If you haven't seen that, be sure to check that out. And now I'm on the mission of starting a 2023 planner. I had mentioned that there is a couple of things I wanted to keep from last year, a couple of things I will be adding for this year. And the first one that I wanted to add back in was my yearly mantra. So last year says, I shall stay calm in moments of stress and anxiety so as to allow positive thoughts and actions to manifest from me. I looked at this almost every day. Definitely something that hit home with me. So I wanted to find something that talked a little more about kind of the struggles that I have had over the last year and kind of release those and bring in some new positive vibes. So I searched around on good old Google. I did go through a couple of my books as well. And there was one that kind of stood out to me, two kind of that did. So what I did is I just kind of combined them and kind of made my own. So I'm not sure if it's picking up on camera here, but I just went in and kind of pieced out where I wanted to put this. So this is the very first page that you see when you open my planner. So this says, the first part says, peace requires us to surrender our illusions of control. The bottom part says it's time for trust and time to surrender. So this is going to be my 2023 mantra. So what I'm going to do now is I pulled this Free Spirit sticker book. It is fairly old, but I feel like it has the kind of vibe I want to go for. So this paper here is just some happy planner paper that I bought, but it does say follow your heart here at the top, and I don't know if it's picking up. Yeah, there it is. These little gold stars everywhere. So I know that the Free Spirit has a lot of that type of whimsical kind of stuff in it, so I thought that I would play around with that. So what I'm going to do is just kind of go through here and see if there's anything that kind of like jumps out at me. I'm thinking I probably want to keep it clear stickers, so let's just take a look here and see what we can find. I did kind of scan this a little bit, and I think that the beginning is what I kind of wanted to use the most. There are these flowers as well, which I kind of thought about using, but then I remembered that there's these as well. So I'm thinking that I might use these gold copperish colored flowers, and then maybe some of the stars at the front. I just wasn't sure if there was anything else in the back. Oh yes, this here. So this is a bigger one, or like bigger sections of stars. So what I think I'm going to do is just kind of go through and just lay them down everywhere, kind of the same as up here. Now I know that the ones at the top are gold, and I was thinking about that too, but I don't really see it being an issue because it's still stars. If you can get some of these off, let me just put this, it wants to slide around, so this is definitely something that has kind of helped me out along my journey with kind of figuring out kind of how to settle myself when I kind of start having thoughts about, you know, different things, stress of life, that kind of stuff. I think about the kids a lot and their progression and all that stuff. So I kind of turn to daily mantras and yoga, meditation, all that fun stuff, just because it seems to help me relax a little bit. Okay, so I wanted to, again, keep this pretty simple. So I'm going to do a couple more little ones just to kind of tie it all together. But I like how the clear stickers, you can kind of just put them wherever. They can overlap. It doesn't look silly because the background is clear. So this looks like a good amount here. Maybe I'll just put one more over here just to kind of tie in this section here. Okay, so there we have it. That's pretty much it for that part. And then again, let me just go in. I was kind of back and forth about these. I don't know if I want to use these. Now that I'm looking at them, I kind of think I'm just gonna leave this very plain, very simple, very calming. So let's just take this and put this away. And then I think I'll probably just do this in like a black marker just to keep it nice and simple. So again, you've seen it a million times. Watercolor, dual tip markers. We're gonna go ahead and write this. Now I know on this page it's a little off center, but I'll fix that in a minute. So I'm just gonna write this out and I will be back. I'm gonna maybe make it a little bit bigger just because now I know that I'm keeping it just this. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, so I've went ahead and written this down. I changed it up a little bit, made it a little bit bigger. It's not perfectly centered, but that's okay. It says, again, peace requires us to surrender our illusions of control. It's time for trust. And I changed this part to it's time to surrender, just kind of two separate sentences there. I feel like it works a little bit better. So for now, I'm just going to keep this just like this. Again, super simple to work with. And on the back of this, as with my last year, I did a master list last year on the bottom side or on the back side. I think what I might do this year is I might actually pull in my positive affirmations on the other side. This can be kind of something that I just write down as I go. It definitely doesn't have to be, you know, every day or every like other day or anything like that. I just want to maybe just put some things on here every once in a while. This here though, the I am enough, I'm definitely going to keep that in the center of this. So I'm going to go ahead and write that in now. Okay, so I've went ahead and done that. I'm gonna even maybe highlight the same way I did. This one for me was pretty big last year. A lot happened work-wise and that type of thing. Not so much in my home life. My home life is pretty good. I can't really complain about that. However, when things are going on at work, sometimes what happens is it carries over to your home life. And that's kind of what happened a little bit to me last year, or not last year, but this year. Not that it was anything like bad. It's just, you know, things get away from you, things change. There's a lot of stressors and that type of thing. So it just all kind of happened. So this is why I thought maybe putting positive affirmations here would go better than kind of putting it in the back. So we're going to kind of trust the process here and do all of our motivational stuff at the beginning of our new planner and then get into the other stuff. There is a master list that I still definitely want to put in the beginning. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create my 2023 master list. So if you don't know what this is, in every one of my planners, I usually have a master list, which is just here we go again. Here, just things that I want to get done over the course of 2023. As you can see with this here, the 2022, there's a lot of things that we didn't do. There's a lot of things we did accomplish. I'm very proud of us for this list. You know, we paid off our hot tub. We did the concrete back porch. We got a new driveway. We got the pool cover. We got new garage doors and we painted upstairs. That's huge for us. That's a huge accomplishment. So I'm going to take some of these and put them into our 2023 master list. The other thing that I usually do is our seize the day checklist. This is a list of things that I just want to do. Some things I want to do that I've never tried before, some things I love and I want to do again. So this is just an exciting way to kind of write down a whole bunch of ideas that you might have of things you want to try. So I'm going to go ahead and get myself started on these two things. And I'll just speed it up a little bit so that doesn't take too long and you guys don't have to sit and wait for me to do that. I'll be back. Okay, you guys, so we've went ahead and finished our seize the day and our master list. So all I do honestly is keep this super simple. I start at 10 and I will kind of go from there. So all I've done for now is just put a couple of things that I want to do for this year. This is just a beer soak and learning how to play the guitar. So I had this on my list from last year as well. I did do the salt caves, but I do want to do the soak that they do along with it as well. So this has just been something for me that I've always wanted to do. The salt caves were amazing, so I can only imagine soaking afterwards is going to be even more amazing. And our master list here, I should always put that this is kind of stuff around the house. So I should call it like my master list home edition, I guess. But we had, like I said, we did a lot last year. These are the prime things that we are wanting to work on for the remainder of 2022 going into 2023. So we do have a lot of work to do in the basement downstairs. We have a bedroom and a bathroom downstairs in the basement that we are wanting to finish up as well, along with some stair railings, dog run for my dog. We have a plan to do a front porch reno, and then I want to plant my garden for 2023. Last year was a little bit of a bust. Again, learning all the ins and outs of where we live now. Things did not grow where I thought they would. Main bathroom reno, and I also want to do our master bedroom. So we've only been here for a few years, so we know that this stuff takes time. We did a huge chunk for 2022, but definitely we have high hopes for next year as well. So there is the beginning of my new 2023 planner. I will be going into a little bit more depth now on what my planner looks like, what I have plans for. So let me go ahead and grab my new one. So I did change a few things already that I said I wasn't going to incorporate into this year, but things happen and I can't really ever make up my mind. So this is still going to be my new planner, the black hardcover. So now what you'll notice is we'll go in and put this together here. So we've got our yearly mantra. We're going to keep it nice and simple there. Then we have our positive affirmations. We have our seize the day. And then we're going to do our master list. One other thing that I always have here and that I started doing last year or the year before is I've got my wish list for 2023. So how this one works is I have small items, medium items, and then large items. Then I also have a yearly goal of $5,000 that I want to save. I'm happy to say that last year I did that. So this is mostly just like a goal for myself. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be for these things. It could just be for savings. For 2023 though, I definitely have a yearly goal of $5,000 because I want to be able to go away in 2024 without worrying about this. So this goal here is going to be part of one of my budget challenges. So this I will kind of coincide with that. So this is my wish list. Next thing I have is my books that I've read. This is from 2022. As you can see, we only made it to 2 books. I'm going to allow myself to put the audiobooks in as books as well, because I feel like it's important that it doesn't matter if I'm listening to it or I'm actually reading it. I find that it's good. So I'm going to let myself have that this year. So I'm going to try and read as many books as I can. I have to change these dates to 2023. This book here, It's All in Your Head. It's by an artist by the name of Russ. If you know, you know. He is I guess he kind of like was an up and coming on TikTok and social media. And I read his book and it is actually quite amazing. So I'm going to say that that's pretty good. Highly recommend if you want to read something. So then we're going to go into December, which we have in here. And then starting in January, I did do kind of an overview, so I won't spend too much time on it if you've already watched that video. If not, I believe it's called Changing My Planner Already, something along those lines. But what I did is I just kind of took bits and pieces of different planners that I have. One thing I'm trying to do this year is not spend as much money. So what I did is I kind of made myself a makeshift planner. January to April is going to be a struggle for me because this is just I believe it was the Caretaker extension pack. It is a horizontal layout, which I have never done before. The only reason I'm excited about this is because it has a grocery list here, and this is what I'm going to be using to obviously grocery plan. And then here, I know it says like date, time, location, activity. I may just use these as like dinner. So like breakfast, lunch, dinner, probably not too much breakfast and lunch, but for dinners, definitely. And then medication down here, I'm just going to use this as my vitamins and stuff that I use for my health and that kind of stuff. So I feel like this might work. So we've got that until until April. Then at the end of April, I wasn't really sure what I was going to do. And I said to myself, I don't want to spend any more money on Happy Planner stuff. I have so much. And I know that I mentioned it in my last video, and I had a pretty hilarious comment saying, that I didn't want to buy anything. And one of my subscribers mentioned that she feels the same way. So Danielle, thank you for being on my side with that, because it is it's an addiction. Like, you could spend lots of money buying Happy Planner stuff. So that being said, what I did is I went through my old planners. I came across one that I have a few months of that is empty. So it's going back to 2020, but I remember how much I loved this planner. I cannot remember for the life of me what it was called, but it's just nice and floral. It's pretty neutral. With the exception of here, but that's totally fine. Every year or every month has something, or has a different color, different type of flower. So that's going to take me right until I believe the end of the year. So again, this is from 2020. I loved this planner, but you know how it goes. I found one that I was obsessed with in 2020, and this one got put on the back burner. So that's that. The next section is going to be my budget section, which I always have this in here. This first section here just takes me through. We have a working budget and a non-working budget, like a work season. I want to show you, but obviously I want to keep it private a little bit. So maybe this is what I'll do here. So I've got our budget overview for our work season, and then on the back, I've got a budget for the non-work season. So that's kind of how that works for us. The other thing that I will show you is, I'm just going to, again, cover this up just for privacy reasons. I have a monthly savings tracker that I was going to start in September, and I didn't. So I put this in here. This is going to be for our savings account that we're putting money in every week or every 2 weeks. And then lastly, we have our debt repayment tracker. So the only debt that we have right now is just a little bit of debt, obviously, from like shopping for Christmas and all that stuff. So this is just going to be our debt repayment tracker. This is going to be for our line of credit, which I should probably put that in here so I don't forget. So I'm just going to put line credit. And we've done our best to keep everything off of our credit cards. Our line of credit has a lesser interest rate, so we've been definitely using that. I'm actually going to put this for our monthly savings here. Just bear with me for a second here. I'm going to put, I'll just put savings account here at the top. And the reason I'm just putting those there is I don't want to forget what these are going to be for. On top of that, our next section here is going to be our sinking funds. If you know me, you know that I loved doing this a couple years ago. Again, with all of the changes, I wasn't quite able to keep up with that for last year. You can see that there's only, I think September and October were the only months that I used. So I'm just going to keep these for each month. Again, until about April, it may be a little bit slower because we have my husband who is laid off. So we kind of budget for him being off as well. So there is my sinking funds. And then the last thing I have are my money challenges. So I've been doing a couple. Again, I'm going to just keep going on these. I created this one for our vacation in 2024. So this is what I'm going to be using the 5,000 goal for. I have a 5,000 goal here. Really, it's supposed to be about $280 a month. That might not happen for the first little while, but I already have a little bit. I have to put a couple more in here, but I already have some started, so that is well on its way. And then last but not least, we've got our money jar challenge, which if you've seen it before, it's basically just every week I pull an envelope and I put that amount of money in there. So that's definitely going to keep us going. The last thing that I wanted to do, and I haven't had a chance to do it yet, this is going to be where I put my health section. So right now it just holds a little bit of information, extra papers and stuff like that, as well as I do have my weekly meal planner. So I thought this might be a good spot to put my any like health and wellness stuff. So I'm thinking I might do dinners here after the first 4 months, but I definitely want to keep track of like my ovulation and stuff like that, just because I want to make sure that I'm taking all my vitamins and stuff. So we might do like a health tracker here or something. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to use this for, but it's there for me. So yeah, so that is essentially going to be my planner for 2023. I am really excited to start using it. I know that we've got a couple weeks left in December, but as the months go on, I will remove from my planner. My initial thought was just to keep 4 or 5 months at a time, but I think it's better for me to have the full week just for photography and stuff like that. So anyways, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in our next video. Happy planning, guys. Bye.